Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide, to light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side, thanks to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
From the Grenadian capital, this is Network News for Tuesday, May 16, 2023. In the headlines, police slapped non-capital murder charge on 16-year-old in connection with the death of St. John's farmer Lenny Ross. 62-year-old man found guilty of causing the fire which destroyed the historic Douglaston Estate boucan. Commissioner of Police reminds newly promoted officers that great rewards come with greater responsibilities. IMF team in Grenada to conduct surveillance of the Grenadian economy. Regionally, Air Peace to take 70% stake in Liat. Internationally, probe of FBI's handling of Trump-Russia investigation ends. Plus, in the sports news, openers Chandapal and Mackenzie set the pace before rain ends day one of the Bangladesh tour. We'll be back.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening from the Grenada Broadcasting Network. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. A 16-year-old charged with non-capital murder was remanded to the Grand Bacolet Juvenile Rehabilitation and Treatment Center following his first court appearance today. Here's the report.
Represented by attorney Ali Gill, the 16-year-old accused of causing the death of a 59-year-old Concord resident appeared before the St. George's Magistrate Court on Tuesday. The juvenile, whose identity is being withheld, was slapped with a charge of non-capital murder for causing the death of Lenny Ross, whose motionless body was discovered inside his home on Friday morning. According to reports, the body of the deceased bore multiple chop wounds. Following the adjournment of the matter, the 16-year-old perpetrator was remanded to the Grand Bacolet Rehabilitation Center. His next court appearance is scheduled for June 1st. The Royal Grenada Police Force has observed an increase in crimes, noting a 1% increase in harm offenses. The police hierarchy calls on everyone to play their part in curbing acts of crimes. Christina John, GBN News.
Well, a 62-year-old man is facing a maximum sentence of life in prison after being found guilty of causing the fire which destroyed the historic Douglaston Estate boucan in May 2020. Nisha Paul reports.
Adrian Peter Henry, also known as Susie in the Douglaston community, was slapped with 2 counts of arson in connection with the early morning fire that engulfed the Coco Buchan and Watchman's house at the Douglaston Estate, St. John, on May 18, 2020. Both structures were destroyed along with a quantity of cocoa beans belonging to the Grenada Cocoa Association. However, Henry was only convicted on 1 count of arson by a jury of his peers at the end of his trial before Madam Justice Paula Guilford at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on Tuesday. The loss due to the fire was estimated at over $900,000. The fire created an emotional ordeal for the former employees and general manager of the estate, John Branch, who recalled the unfortunate incident in an interview with reporters. John expressed some degree of satisfaction with the verdict that was handed down.
I think justice has been done. The jurors made their decision, and I think it's the right one. The Buchan is the main building, and pretty close is, you could say, the Watchman's house, where my cousin Myron and the security, although he was an ageable man, was living. And as a result of the Buchan being burnt, the fire spread to that house, and it was also destroyed.
The now convicted man, who at the time was employed as a laborer, was often seen displaying uncontrollable behavior after consuming alcohol.
Susie was a troublemaker in golf, cussing, drinking rum, getting on bad behavior generally. There was a room on the estate that was unoccupied. One of my supervisor, called Manu, allowed him to go and stay there. He came to me after staying there for maybe a week or so and asked me for employment. I said, no problem. He have a place to stay free of cost. And I had work to do around the place and in the field. I employed him, paid him regularly, and that was it.
The 300-year-old historical plantation, which measured 600 acres, was owned by the Branch family and offered a unique ecotourism experience. Branch says the family would like to receive compensation for their losses and is planning to seek legal advice on the process that must be followed. He is optimistic that the structures can be restored to its former glory.
It is my hope that it will be possible. As you would recognize, at the time of the fire, the loss was over $1 million. That is EC dollars. And I haven't got the money to do that kind of construction and rehabilitation now. It would be nice if some good soul or win the lottery or something. And because, Douglaston is a unique enterprise. Most of the tourists, the cruise ship tourists, used to visit there and were quite satisfied with what we had to offer. And the general history of the place, it would be good if it could be restored.
The now convicted Henry, represented in court by attorney Jerry Edwin, was initially placed on $100,000 bail with 2 sureties, but no one came forward to post his bail. He has been returned to the remand block at the Richmond Hill Prison, pending sentencing on July 31st. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
All right, so in the wake of last Thursday's gruesome murder, a Vendham resident is calling for more prayer, even as the Social Development Minister is urging Grenadians to change their attitude towards those who are mentally ill. The rest of the details on this one.
Minister for Social and Community Development and Housing, Philip Telesford, is encouraging Grenadians to pay closer attention to the way we speak, treat and react to people with mental challenges. Speaking on the heels of last Thursday's murder in Vandom, in which a man believed to be mentally ill inflicted several chop wounds to the body of Jason Joseph, Minister Telesford said mental illness will be given priority this year.
People who are mentally challenged cannot be allowed to be let loose in the communities just like that. We have to ensure that they are treated with, that they get the proper medical attention that is needed, and that they are restrained from going into the communities. We have a facility for that purpose. And
mental illness, he emphasized, is an illness like any other and must be treated.
This year we celebrate as Mental Health Year, the year that we're going to focus heavily on trying to do something about mental illness in our society. And this, of course, underscores the need for us as a government and as a people to focus on mental health and to offer solutions to these problems that we are confronted with.
Meanwhile, Vandom resident Xavier Telesford, saddened by the tragic incident, wants to see a greater focus on prayers.
Really? We have to pray a lot in this country. We have to pray a lot in Grenada because crime is on the rise. We have to pray a lot in Grenada, crime is on the rise. We have to pray. You see, we're living in this world. We come, you know, we're going. The time is at hand. We are to pray hard. We are to pray hard, thank you. We are to pray.
Police found the motionless body of Jason Joseph in a drain not too far from his home, bearing chop wounds and burned marks. His house was also burnt to the ground. A 69-year-old male of the same address, who also sustained chop wounds to his upper back, is currently hospitalized. The suspect, Kevin Penny, 36 years old, who lives close to where the body was found, was approached by police. He too had chop wounds to his shoulder and leg. His resistance to police and his action resulted in him being shot in the leg. He was taken to the General Hospital where he is now warded. Penny is believed to be mentally ill. A mental disorder is characterized by a clinically significant disturbance in an individual's cognition, emotional regulation, or behavior. It is usually associated with distress or impairment in important areas of functioning. Chrislina John, GBN News.
Before the break, this story to report: a team from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, is currently in Grenada to conduct surveillance of the Grenadian economy as part of its Article 4 consultation. Here's what we can tell you. The Article 4 consultation is regarded as the economic health check of a country. According to the IMF website, under Article 4 of the IMF's Articles of Agreement, the IMF holds bilateral discussions with members. A staff team visits the country, in this case Grenada, collects economic and financial information, as well as discusses economic developments and policies with country officials. The team is headed by Ms. Sweden Lin, IMF Mission Chief for Grenada. Other partners joining the mission include representatives of the World Bank Group, the Caribbean Development Bank, and the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. While in Grenada, the IMF team plans to hold discussions with various stakeholders in the public and private sectors, including the Prime Minister, the Minister for Finance and his team, other government ministers and senior public servants, and the leader of His Majesty's opposition. The IMF team will also meet with representatives of the Grenada Authority for the Regulation of Financial Institutions, GAFIN, statutory bodies, the Bankers Association, the non-bank financial sector, the Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce, the manufacturing sector, the tourism sector, and the trade union movement. We can tell you, too, the mission is scheduled to end on Friday, May 26, 2023. According to the IMF website, a summary of the views of executive directors is usually shared with countries following the bilateral discussions that form part of the Article 4 consultation. This is Network News. Still ahead from us, Commissioner of Police reminds newly promoted officers that great rewards come with greater responsibilities. Stay with us.
Request, repay, repeat with Ariza's FlexiCredit Evergreen Loan Facility. Qualify for a FlexiCredit with limits up to $25,000 or use your home equity to qualify for more. Extra cash at your fingertips whenever you need it, accessed using your debit card, and managed using AMI, Ariza's mobile internet experience app. FlexiCredit allows you the flexibility to top up to your approved limit any day, anytime. Already a member? Send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987. New members join today to apply. Request, repay, repeat. Use your FlexiCredit for vacations, shopping, wedding, general expenses, and more. Ariza loan terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
You more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Your vision is our mission at Kurtz Optical. Shop today for up to 25% off. And with Ready Finance, pay nothing for 30 days. Book your free eye examination appointment online at www.kurtzoptical.com. Your vision is our mission. Up to 25% off your completed eyewear. Only at Kurtz Optical. Value you can see. Conditions apply. See in-store for details.
Shop at Southern Electrical for all your security camera needs. We offer a wide variety of cameras ranging from solar cameras with or without lights, 4G cameras, Wi-Fi and PoE kits, 4th channel, 8 channels, 16 channels, replacement cameras for PoE, standalone Wi-Fi cameras, wall lamp or bulb, floodlights with cameras, watch cameras, pen cameras, and much more. We are located at Dusty Highway in Granada and St. George. Southern Electrical, best value, expert advice, quality product. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook today.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hardworking and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Calling all athletics fans, the Whitsuntide Games at NACAC combined events are sprinting your way on May 27th and 28th. Hosted by the Grenada Athletics Association. Experience the thrill at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. You'll be on the edge of your seat as top local and regional athletes from St. Kitts, St. Vincent, Trinidad, Barbados, Antigua, and Guyana compete for glory. Get the best view from the main stand for just $25, or enjoy the action from the bleachers for only $15. Got kids under 12? They join the fun for even less. Gates open at 9 a.m. sharp on both days. Don't miss out on the biggest athletics event of the year. The Whitsuntide Games and NACAC combined events. Brought to you by the Grenada Athletics Association. See you at the finish line.
After 3 years, get ready for the return of Grenada's most anticipated event, the Hubbards Legends in Concert, Saturday, July 8th, Grenada Trade Center, 7:30 p.m. as the best of Trinidad and Tobago. Come against the best of Grenada in the biggest calypso clash of all time. Saturday, July 8th, Grenada Trade Center, 7:30 p.m. Stay tuned to this station for more info.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Rebecca Television Center, over 100 officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force were promoted on Monday as letters of appointment were presented and chevrons pinned during a ceremony at the Grenada Trade Center. Rena Thomas tells us more.
157 police officers were promoted in various ranks on Monday evening. 3 assistant superintendents were promoted to acting superintendent, 6 inspectors to acting assistant superintendent, 26 sergeants to acting inspectors, 56 corporals to acting sergeants, and 66 constable to corporal. Each officers promoted to an acting position will do so for a probationary period of 1 year, following which they will be assessed and appointed if deemed fit. Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin, in his remarks, reminded the officers that with great reward come greater responsibilities, and as such, a lot is expected of them.
You are now assuming greater accountability for the outcomes of your command. No one will be making excuses on your behalf. You will be required to exhibit a more remarkable ingenuity and creativity in the development and execution of strategies in furtherance of the RGPF's missions and aspirations. You will only be told what must be done. The process of how will be up to you, for which you will be held responsible. Therefore, you will be expected to be imaginative in finding innovative ways to transform the vision and strategic intentions of the force into practical and tangible results.
The ranking cop also stated that while it is good to be proud of one's achievements, it is important to remember that policing is a team effort.
That you did not achieve this by yourself. Remember how you got here. You have been part of a team whose efforts have contributed to your success. So after thanking God and your family, I suggest that your first order of business should be to thank your team for the support and effort.
For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
Meanwhile, police officers are set to receive salary increases in 2024. Both parties involved in the negotiations expressed satisfaction with the cordial manner in which the process was completed, without necessitating the intervention of the Labour Commissioner. More in this report.
The approval of the agreement by the Royal Grenada Police Force negotiating team makes it the second of 7 bargaining units to accept government's offer for increases in salary and wages, the Grenada Union of Teachers being the first. Police officers will see increases of 4% and 5% reflected on their salaries and wages for the years 2024 and 2025. Salary increases for 2023 were approved in previous negotiations. Back in 2020, the RGPF-NT accepted a 4% salary increase for this year. In January 2023, the government negotiating team, the GNT, began negotiations with 7 bargaining units that represented various categories of workers within the public sector on increases in salary and wages for the period 2023 to 2025. The government's offer is 4%, 4%, and 5% relatively for the period. The agreement was signed by Mrs. Lindona Hilaire Marshall, Deputy Chair of the GNT and Permanent Secretary in the Department of Public Administration, Assistant Commissioner of Police Randy Connaught, and Sergeant Adrian Pantru of the Royal Grenada Police Force negotiating team. P.S. Hilaire Marshall says reaching an agreement is not always the easiest task. However, she is pleased that this one in particular was done in a cordial and peaceful manner.
The government negotiating team is extremely pleased to be at this point where we can sign the agreement for salary increases with the police. We recognize that coming to an agreement in the negotiations is something that is priceless. We know how negotiations can be, and we understand that getting to signing is something that we would want to continue to put on the records as peaceful and cordial, as mentioned before. And we are committed to continuing with the process of negotiations with the other unions who have not yet gotten to this point, but we are very optimistic and we look forward to signing the agreement with the other unions.
Superintendent Randy Connaught and Sergeant Adrian Pantru sat in on the RGPF-NT.
Very satisfied with all of the negotiations. Yes, there were times during our discussions there was issues that we had to trash out, but I think so. You with your skillful navigation, and obviously from our team, definitely we sought the best interests of all parties concerned. Again, for the second time, I believe in our history in the RGPF, both the Welfare Association and the gazetted officers came together collectively to seek the best interests of our constituents, of all the officers of the RGPF.
And with Mr. Connaught to say that we believe that the whole negotiation process panned out very smoothly, and we were able to do so in a cordial manner. As we expect in any negotiation, there would be times when the two sides wouldn't see eye to eye, but I believe that we were able to actually meet those issues, work out the differences we had within one another, and we got to this place here.
Acting Labour Commissioner Ms. Sparkle Grenade-Courtney encouraged all parties to continue striving to maintain the peaceful industrial relations climate. The government is optimistic that agreements will soon be reached with other bargaining units. Christina John, GBN News.
Plans are afoot for Grenada's participation in the Chelsea Flower Show, which is regarded as the world's greatest flower show.
Ashendene Propagation Station under the Ministry of Agriculture has partnered with the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Horticultural Association of Grenada in preparation for the highly anticipated Chelsea Flower Show 2023. Together, they have carefully chosen and specially prepared plants to be showcased at this prestigious event. The Chelsea Flower Show, organized by the Royal Horticultural Society, the RHS, is a renowned exhibition held annually for 5 days in the month of May. It takes place at the scenic grounds of the Royal Hospital, Chelsea, in London's Chelsea district. The show presents a stunning array of plants, flowers, and garden designs from around the world, featuring captivating display gardens designed by leading gardeners, as well as exhibits by nurseries, florists, and various gardening-related organizations. In preparation for the departure of the team on Wednesday, the Ashendene Propagation Station generously donated a selection of exquisite flowers. Mary Sylvester, a horticulturist technician, elaborates on their preparations.
Preparing for the Chelsea Flower Show, so the people from the Chelsea team would have come before and do a selection of the flowers and plants that they would need for the Chelsea Flower Show. So we would prepare the flowers by washing them, putting fungicides to kill any insects and pests. The flowers will be that came from Ashendene will be Sexy Pink, Johnson Bihari, Golden Opal, Ginger Lily, Torch, Cordyline, Fence. We're looking forward to goal, and the feeling is very excited.
Each year, the Grenadian team brings forth captivating displays that reflects the natural beauty and cultural heritage of the island, displays which won gold for a number of years. Anderson Antoine, a member of this year's team, provides insight into the meticulous process involved in creating this display.
So careful because these flowers are so delicate, and when we package it, and we also have to ensure that it is thoroughly cleaned, washed, no insects, no blights, nothing on them, because they are properly inspected when they get to England. I cannot disclose the team for this year, but I know it will be a good replica to represent Grenada, and it will be a fabulous display, and the team is hoping that we come back here with a gold medal.
Grenada has thus far secured 16 gold awards. The last event was held in 2020. The Chelsea Floral Show will take place from the 22nd to the 27th of May. Christina John, GBN News.
Not everyone gets to see the early stages of the finished products they purchase. GBN Isol lens capture the early stages of a very popular spice. It's time to take a peek through the GBN Isol lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN Isol is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
This eyesore showcases clove before it dries. Our citizen journalist submitted this photo saying they believe many people do not know what freshly picked cloves look like, as they are more accustomed to the dried variant. Cloves are the dried flowers of the clove tree. The flowers develop in clusters of 3 to 10 groups, each with 3 flowers per group. The young leaves are bright pink and change to greenish yellow and harden. Cloves must be dried before they are stored and sold for the market. They can be used whole or ground. People often include ground cloves in spice mixes and whole cloves in recipes to add depth and flavor to a variety of foods. We thank our citizen journalists for that informative submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Next in Network News, Member of Parliament for St. Andrew North East, Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters, calls for update on the Simoon Bridge. Back in a moment.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Sisson's WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
The Healing of the Nation life-changing crusade is back, and 2023 promises to be bigger and better. Soul-searching dynamic preaching, awesome worship, testimonies, healing, and deliverance. On Sunday, 11th to Friday, the 16th June 2023 at the Bellevue Recreational Ground, 7 p.m. nightly, with evangelist Selwyn Hailing and a powerful convergence of evangelical churches in St. David's to declare Jesus Christ as Lord. Healing of the Nation Crusade, Sunday 11th to Friday the 16th of June 2023. Bellevue Recreational Ground, a renewal of God's given mission to reach all of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Not about church. It's for the kingdom and glory of God. Align yourself with what God is doing in this season. You can't afford to miss it.
A whole new level
level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Big money, money, money. $3,000 every week for 3 months.
What?
Yes, it's the NLA's Crazy Cash Giveaway Promotion. Every week from April 11th to June 30th, 3 lucky Daily Games customers will randomly win $1,000 each week. Imagine winning as much as $36,000 in 12 weeks.
How?
Spend $12 in a single purchase on Daily Cash 4, Daily Pick 3, or Playway. Look for the words Cash Winner on your tickets to collect $1,000. The more you spend $12 on your favorite daily games, the more chances you have to win. Must be 18 or older to participate. All prizes must be collected by July 7th, 2023. Other terms and conditions apply. See stores for details. NLA, making your dreams come true. Money, money, money.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium.
Hello again. A call has been made for an update on the reopening of the Simoon Bridge in St. Andrew. Member of Parliament for St. Andrew Northeast, Kate Skeeter Lewis-Peters, is pleading on behalf of the constituents whom she says have been inconvenienced by the closure of the bridge. Beverly Telesford has details.
No update has been given on the refurbishment or reopening of the Simoon Main Bridge. That's the word coming from Member of Parliament for St. Andrew Northeast, Kate Skeeter Lewis-Peters, as she expressed concerns within her constituency. On Friday, March 3rd, the Ministry of Infrastructure and Physical Development, Public Utilities, Civil Aviation and Transportation issued a notice to the public that the Simoon Main Bridge would be temporarily closed to vehicular traffic from the date of issuance of the release until further notice. This closure, the ministry said, is necessary for repair works due to broken lumber, rendering the bridge unsafe for vehicular traffic. As a result, the general public, particularly motorists, have been advised to use alternative routes and exercise caution when traversing the area. MP Lewis-Peters is calling on government to at least provide residents with an update on the status of the bridge and government's plans for refurbishing it.
Over 3 months now, the closure of the Simoon Pulse Bridge. It's a boat bridge, and of course we know that it requires regular maintenance. However, for the past 3 months, that bridge has been closed off to the public, and residents are, of course, inconvenienced at the moment. I have actually received many calls, many complaints. There is an association of returning nationals. They have led a petition of over 200 signatures asking for information about the status of that bridge.
After issuing a release last week calling for an update on the bridge, the MP said no response was officially given.
Unfortunately, we have not heard any direct response from any members of the government team as it relates to the Pulse Bridge. My understanding is that the Prime Minister had a meeting with the Public Works Department at Pulse, and that concern was raised. However, based on feedback, he indicated that at the moment they are looking at many different bridges that has to be refurbished, and at this point they cannot indicate as to how soon the Simoon Boat Bridge would be given any attention. We have also seen via Facebook that the MIT, the minister responsible for MIT, visited on 2 occasions, captured the moment, so we can see, yes, he was actually there. And the first time he indicated in a matter of weeks, some work should be done.
She went on to urge government to prioritize refurbishing the Simon Pearls border bridge and ensure that it is completed as soon as possible so that the people in the area can resume normal commute without being significantly inconvenienced. GBN reached out to the Infrastructure Ministry on Tuesday for an update on the bridge, but calls to the Permanent Secretary went unanswered. Attempts were also made to garner an update from Minister of Mobilization and Implementation Andy Williams. However, no information has yet been forthcoming. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
Coming up in the sports news, Chandapal and Mackenzie set the pace before rain ends day one of the Bangladesh tour. I have to get across to the newsroom for the time being, but I'll be back to report the sports news. Stay with us.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Calling all athletics fans, the Whitsuntide Games at NACAC Combined Events are sprinting your way on May 27th and 28th. Hosted by the Grenada Athletics Association. Experience the thrill at the Karani James Athletics Stadium. You'll be on the edge of your seat as top local and regional athletes from St. Kitts, St. Vincent, Trinidad, Barbados, Antigua, and Guyana compete for glory. Get the best view from the main stand for just $25 or enjoy the action from the bleachers for only $15. Got kids under 12? They join the fun for even less. Gates open at 9 a.m. sharp on both days. Don't miss out on the biggest athletics event of the year. The Whitsuntide Games and NACAC Combined Events. Brought to you by the Grenada Athletics Association. See you at the finish line.
NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more. With Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Sporting fans, good evening. West Indies Academy standout Kirk Mackenzie was given the opportunity to partner with Test opener Tej Chandapal for the opening stand in the West Indies A team's first outing of the Bangladesh tour. Both left-handers produced half-centuries in a fruitful partnership of 130, which has set the platform for visitors to get a solid first innings score on the opening day. Captain Joshua De Silva won the toss and decided to bat first. Mackenzie made 86 from 124 balls and a variety of exquisite shots in his first-class knock outside the Caribbean region. Chandapal closed the day on 70 not out from 190 balls as he played his usual anchor role, which has brought him success. Raymond Reeford, 26 from 42 balls, looked good at the crease before he was caught behind off the bowling of Mushfiq Hassan. Hassan and Saif Hassan, who got McKenzie, were the two Bangladeshi bowlers to pick up wickets on the day. Rain ended the day's play prematurely in the final session of the day, with West Indies A ending on 220 for 2 off 68 overs. The match will resume at 11:45 tonight. Captain Afi Fletcher was impressive for the Windwards, but a superb all-rounder performance from Captain Hayley Matthews led Barbados to a big victory in the CG United Women's Super 50 Cup. Sent in to bat first, Barbados posted 228 for 6 from their 50 overs. Matthews notched her second half century of the tournament to top score with 64 of 74 balls, which included 5 fours and a 6, while Kishonna Knight continued a run of form with 55 from 82 balls, and Aliyah Aline added 47. Afi Fletcher led the Windwards run chase with a captain's knock of 43 from 36 deliveries. She shared a 44-run second wicket partnership with Cedar James. But it was the 37 ninth wicket partnership between Pearl Etienne and Narissa Crafton that gave Windwards hope. Windwards were all out for 155 in 32.2 overs. The Windwards will play Jamaica in their next outing tomorrow. Novak Djokovic criticized Cameron Norrie's behavior after the Briton hit him with a smash while his back was turned in their Italian Open match. Djokovic reached his 17th successive Rome quarterfinal with a 6-3, 6-4 win on Tuesday. He had already been irritated by the British #1 shouts of "come on" before being hit in the ankle when he had already given up the point. Having delayed the start of the match for a few minutes while he was in the treatment room, Djokovic wasted no time in racing into a 3-0 lead before Norrie slowed down his opponent's charge with a couple of holes. The 27-year-old Briton saved 3 set points, but could do nothing about the fourth as Djokovic wrapped up the opener. Norrie, seeded 13th, went a breakdown early in the second and immediately broke back, but in controversial fashion. Talk about that one. All right, that's the sports news for the moment. We begin in Guyana. Police there are receiving high praise following the arrest of a fugitive child molester. More in this HGP TV report.
Bobby Allen Stark, an American man who is wanted for sexually assaulting a child in the state of Colorado, was nabbed on Friday on the east bank of Demerara and extradited to the United States on Sunday morning. All this happened, and the local police have said absolutely nothing about the arrest of Stark and when the fugitive arrived in Guyana. Nightly News first reported on the arrest of Stark. We were told that Stark arrived in Guyana 2 weeks ago to meet a young lady he had met online. Police acting on intelligence were told that Stark and the young lady were about to meet in the parking lot of an East Bank Demerara location. Police then surrounded the location and arrested him. 2 days after his arrest, Stark, after waiving his rights to extradition, was handed over to the United States federal agents at the Cheddi Jagan International Airport, where his deportation began. on Monday, March 6, 2023, Crime Stoppers in Colorado reported that Stark missed court for a jury trial on October 22. Stark was arrested April 30, 2022, in connection with the charge of sexual assault on a child by one in a position of trust. He posted a U.S. $25,000 bond on May 2 and failed to appear for a scheduled jury trial in El Paso County in October, court records show. KKTV reported that the incidents of alleged sexual assault occurred from January 16, 2019 to February 23, 2022. Stark pleaded not guilty to the charges on June 3, 2022.
Nigerian airline Air Peace is expected to take a 70% stake in Liat 2020 Limited. The carrier will be run strictly on a commercial basis. The revelation comes from Prime Minister Gaston Brown, who also says efforts are underway to establish the air operating certificate for Liat 2020.
The government of Antigua and Barbuda saved the carrier from the brink of liquidation by placing it under administration. Since then, a court-appointed administrator, Cleveland Seaforth, has been piloting the operation. The focus now is on Liat 2020 and ensuring it can meet the region's transportation needs. That's where a prospective partnership with Nigeria's Air Peace comes in.
So what we're moving now is to establish the AOC, right, the operating certificate for Liat 2020, and to have this partnership with Air Peace, in which Air Peace will emerge as a 70% shareholder in the new Liat.
The carrier is now operating with 2 aircraft and with a smaller footprint of routes, but that is set to change once the new arrangement is concretized.
They will bring some assets, and we will also acquire some assets as well, and hopefully we could have maybe 5-6 aircraft operating within the region under the name Liat. We think that Liat is a strong brand. It's a regional brand which we believe should be maintained, and I'm hoping that we can make this a reality so that we can protect the existing jobs and even to create new jobs for those employees who are displaced, especially the pilots.
The Prime Minister said the primary intention was to have had a Liat owned by the regional governments, given how crucial regional transportation is. However, with that not having materialized, the Prime Minister says this is now the best route.
I know that there are many who would want to second guess that decision, but again, I don't know if there's any other viable option at this point. I mean, I would accept that regional governments would have indicated a willingness to invest in a regional airline, but in terms of having firm commitments, we're not at that stage, and we need to move. I mean, regional travel is a major issue.
The head of government explained how Liat's approach is likely to change under a private majority shareholder.
This airline will be run or operated strictly on a commercial basis. So it would not be a regional bus that will be operating on unprofitable routes. And if indeed it has to operate on profitable routes, then there has to be some MRG, some minimum revenue guarantees. So, we're looking forward to, the eventual operationalization of this new Liat 2020, and we're committed to do all we can to ensure its viability and sustainability.
A U.S. special prosecutor has criticized the approach of the FBI to politically charge investigation, but does not issue new charges. We get more details in this report.
A U.S. Special Counsel's report is faulting the FBI for the way it handled the investigation of Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election. The report by Trump-era appointee John Durham calls the agency's handling of the probe deeply flawed. It also says the FBI lacked actual evidence and relied too heavily on tips from Trump opponents. Many of Durham's conclusions echoed a report issued by the DOJ Inspector General in 2019. Durham's report concludes the FBI should never have launched the investigation into Trump and Russia.
We invite you to stay with us. We'll be back to remind you of the headlines. This is the Grenada Broadcasting Network. A reminder of the headlines before we leave you. Police slap non-capital murder charge on 16-year-old in connection with the death of St. John's farmer Lenny Ross. 62-year-old man found guilty of causing the fire which destroyed the historic Douglaston Estate boucan. Commissioner of Police reminds newly promoted officers that great rewards come with greater responsibilities. IMF team in Grenada to conduct surveillance of the Grenadian economy. Regionally, Air Peace to take 70% stake in Liat. Internationally, probe of FBI's handling of Trump-Russia investigation ends. Plus in the sports news, openers Chandapal and Mackenzie set the pace before rain ends day one of the Bangladesh tour. That's the GBN television news for now. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. Tomorrow, Wednesday, the 17th of May, we'll of course see the funeral service of former managing director of the Grenada Broadcasting Network, Odette Campbell. Yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Good night.